born and raised in San Francisco. I went through all of my schooling in San Francisco, and I grew up there in the city, and I loved it. I lived with my mom and dad. We had my grandfather live with us for a little while, which was, I thought, really cool. It was always fun to have somebody else in the house, and when he came home, I used to run up to him and he used to give me candy, so that's probably what I loved about it the most. I always loved to do math in school. It was always something I really enjoyed, but like most kids, I always loved doing having recess. I wanted to be a baseball player, but you know, sometimes you realize that you're not good enough to do that, and so the next thing I wanted to do was be a lawyer. I don't know why. It was sort of a weird career choice that I wanted, but I thought that was the way I would help people. I really liked working with people, and so I thought law was the path. But then in college, I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do, and I went into teaching. I had always worked with kids, so through high school, I had always worked summers at summer camp. I was a summer camp leader. I became a director and kind of ran at the camp. My mom was a teacher, and so from there it just sort of made sense, and I decided to get my teaching credential. My first teaching job was, I've been actually in New Haven my whole career. My first teaching job was at Pioneer, teaching 4th grade, and that was quite an experience. Just, you never know what a job is like until you actually experience it. So it's funny, again, like I said, my mom was a teacher and she was also an administrator, and so in the back of my mind I always thought that's sort of the path I was going to be taking. It happened a little bit sooner. My whole goal was to teach 10 years and then go into administration. I did it for about 8.5, and but I really left the classroom because I felt like I wasn't making an impact in the classroom, and I still wanted to make an impact and work with kids, and I thought that would be another way to do it. Instead of in the classroom, outside the classroom, helping the kids, and also supporting teachers so they can best help the kids. I always remember what it's like in the classroom, and I always remembered how much fun it was and how much of an impact and influence I had on the kids. But personally for me, that wasn't something that I wanted. I saw myself continue doing and being successful, or effective, I should say. But I see so many teachers out there that have that passion have that drive. And so what I want to do is to be able to support them, help them, so that they can do their best in the classroom, and I can support them with things outside the classroom. There were, I mentioned my mom a lot earlier, but just my mom always influenced me. She'd always talk to me about education. She tried to talk me out of being a teacher. She tried to talk me out of being an administrator, just because she wanted me to know what I'm getting into. Thinking just being an administrator, with every principal I've worked with, I've always admired them in the sense that there were things that I really appreciated that they did, and I recognized those were things I wanted to do. So I would say who I am as a principal is sort of a reflection of just bits and pieces of different people I've worked with and for. I do, and I would say never be afraid to take a chance and to try something, because the worst thing you could do is wonder whether something would have worked or how it would have turned out. The best thing that could happen is that you try it, it doesn't work, you figure out how to do it better.